Hello, tech enthusiasts. Welcome to the Daily Bite. Let's get into today's top tech stories. Corporate jargon lovers are worse at their jobs. A new study just dropped, and it's honestly pretty hilarious. Researchers found that employees who get impressed by corporate buzzwords and management speak actually perform worse at their jobs. These are the folks who hear phrases like synergize our verticals and think, wow, visionary. Like when Steve from accounting says, let's leverage our cross-functional bandwidth to optimize stakeholder alignment going forward. And all he really means is, let's have a meeting. Or when your manager sends an email saying, we need to ideate around a paradigm shift in our go-to-market strategy, which roughly translates to, we have no idea what we're doing yet. The study shows these employees lack critical thinking skills needed for effective decision-making. Here's the kicker. They tend to rate their supervisors as more charismatic and visionary, even though their own performance scores are lower than their peers. The implications here are wild. Companies relying heavily on buzzword-heavy communication might actually be attracting and retaining less capable decision-makers. Maybe it's time to ditch the corporate speak and just say what you mean. That's the real synergy. Hachette cancels horror novel over AI concerns. Hachette Book Group just pulled the plug on the US release of a horror novel called Shy Girl because of allegations that large portions of it were written by AI. This is a big deal for the publishing industry. Major publishers are now actively canceling books they suspect were generated by AI rather than written by human authors. The decision reflects growing scrutiny around AI-generated content in publishing and raises serious questions about authenticity, authorship, and quality standards. I mean, if you can't tell whether a human or an AI wrote something, does it matter? Well, apparently to Hachette, it does. This sets a precedent that major publishers are willing to take action against suspected AI-generated works. The publishing world is clearly still figuring out where to draw the line with AI assistance versus AI generation. Virtual influencers compete for $90,000. OpenArt and FanView just launched the AI Personality of the Year contest, and the prize pool is over $90,000. This is a 4-week global challenge running from March 23rd through April 19th to find the best AI personality of 2026. There are 5 different competition tracks, celebrating AI influencers and digital personalities. We're talking about completely virtual characters competing for real money and recognition. This contest essentially legitimizes AI-generated influencers as an actual industry. It's encouraging innovation in digital personality creation and establishing benchmarks for what makes a good AI personality. Whether you find this exciting or unsettling, virtual influencers are here, they're growing, and now they're competing for major prizes. The line between human and AI creators just got a little blurrier. Your electric bill, it's not just AI data centers. So you've probably seen the headlines blaming AI data centers for your skyrocketing electricity costs. Well, here's the thing. It's way more complicated than that. Yes, data centers consume massive amounts of power. That's undeniable. But pointing fingers at AI alone ignores a whole bunch of other factors driving up your bill. We're talking about aging infrastructure, increased demand from other sources, shifting energy production costs, and regulatory changes. The reality is that the relationship between data centers and your monthly electricity bill is much more nuanced than those clickbait articles suggest. Understanding what's actually driving these costs is crucial for making smart policy decisions, instead of just scapegoating one industry. So next time someone tells you AI is the reason your bill doubled, well, it's probably only part of the story. Airplane mode, but for AI. The Wandi AI app just rolled out a feature that's honestly pretty clever. They've added what they're calling an airplane mode for AI, and yeah, it works exactly like you'd expect. Just like how airplane mode on your phone cuts off connectivity when you need it, this new feature lets you disconnect from AI processing when you don't want it running. Now, the feature itself isn't really AI specific. It's more about giving users control over when the app is active. But here's why it matters. There are tons of situations where you might want your AI app to just chill. Maybe you're trying to save battery, maybe you want some privacy, Or maybe you just need a break from constant AI suggestions. This kind of thoughtful user control is exactly what we need as AI apps become more integrated into our daily lives. Sometimes the best feature is just an off switch. CRISPR gene editing could make cancer treatment one shot. So CRISPR, that revolutionary gene editing tool that lets scientists cut DNA with crazy precision, is now transforming how we approach cancer treatment. Researchers are using it to modify immune cells, basically supercharging them to fight cancer more effectively. Here's what makes this exciting. They're potentially turning cancer immunotherapy into a one-time treatment. Right now, many cancer treatments require multiple sessions, constant monitoring, endless hospital visits. But by using CRISPR to make targeted changes to your immune cells, doctors could create a more potent therapy that works for way more patients. We're talking about taking cancer treatment from a marathon to a single-shot deal. The technology is still being refined, but the implications are huge for accessibility and effectiveness. Amazon's ultra-fast delivery, 90,000 items in 3 hours or less. Amazon is expanding its delivery game to absolutely ridiculous speeds across the United States. We're talking 1 hour and 3 hour delivery windows for over 90,000 products, and they're rolling this out to more and more cities. That's not just a few items anymore. That's 90,000 different products you can get at your door faster than most people can decide what to order for dinner. This move is definitely cranking up the pressure on every other retailer out there. If Amazon can get a package to your door in an hour, suddenly 2-day shipping feels like ancient history. For customers, this is obviously convenient, but for the competition, they're going to have to figure out how to keep up with these insane logistics. And fast. The e-commerce delivery wars just hit hyperspeed. Is this information helpful? Let me know in the comments. Tap like, hit subscribe, and share with a friend. It really helps the channel. See you in the next edition of the Daily Bite.